All right, everyone, hold on. Everything just seemed to lock up on me. Yeah, go figure. Yeah, be with you in a second. I'm having technical difficulties. Apparently, we are not having a internet connection problem. So it says. Oh, yeah. Be with you in a second. Having. Well, it's working now, I guess. So, hopefully you can hear us. It's this is Pine Grove News Live, 6:03 p.m. here on the East Coast, man. Let's oh yes, I need to get this. It'll let me. I get this. I don't know why. That was the only thing that disappeared. Very strange. Yeah, we'll go with this. Got to get this disclaimer up there. Bear with me, everyone. I do not see this live on YouTube. So, we'll check that out too. Try and get that working. All right, so well, we got the disclaimer up, and now I want to see why we're not live streaming. It says that we're streaming live, but it's not coming up on the videos. Come on. Yeah, well, it says we're streaming live, but I don't see it on live stream. I don't see it on YouTube. So I don't know what's going on. So, in the meantime, we are being recorded in other ways. So, in anticipation for stuff like this. So we'll just continue until, I don't know, it just happened like 5 minutes before I was going to go on. Now we got slow internet. Yeah, got to get rid of this company. They are probably one of the worst that I've had so far in our 19 years of where we've been living. So I'm just refreshing. See if it'll play it. And so we'll do this. Go PGN. Okay, we'll try it one more time. It is live. Okay. I do see it now. Hope everyone's going to hop on over there. You can see the actual news. Okay, so everything's working now. I apologize for, things out of my control. So again, it's it's Monday again. Man, it just feels like I was just talking the other day or yesterday. What was Monday? I mean, but it's Monday, man. It is the 3rd of December already. There's all kinds of rumors going on around the net that I don't have data for. Somebody I normally have a conversation with every day stated that there is something going on in the Atlantic with maybe implications of some kind of storm that's going to brew in the Atlantic for the East Coast. So we'll see. I mean, a lot of other people are reporting that this is going to be one of the coldest winters they've ever seen. And of course, you got the, global warming people and all these other climate change people who say, yeah, it's going to be the coldest ever. We're going into a mini ice age. And while everything else is heating up and, the ice shelf is melting and volcanoes under the ocean is the reason for that. and so on and so forth. So I don't know. All I know is a few years back, the icebergs, Antarctica, um, the Arctic, the ice is melting from underneath, but the ice on top continues to grow. I don't know. I mean, everyone's talking about this uh, global flip, right? Maybe when the icebergs finally flip, everything else will flip. Can't you see that? Right? Right. All this ice from underneath is melting, and the ice on top, and just going to get top heavy and flip over. All right. Well, go on with the news because I got a bunch of it to refresh live stream. I don't know what's going on right now. I do know that PlayStation Network is down. Okay, that was 2 hours ago, and Sony says they're attempting to fix. Right now, I cannot. Well, just as an observer, check out my YouTube live. It is buffering like you would not believe. I mean, I do have a lot of news, but not, I've had more. In any case, let's get started because I will have it on VMO and my website, and maybe a couple other places in either case. I just have to watch and listen to it later. But I got to get through this. So we'll start with some weather, like we normally do, from the end time headlines. Dozens injured as 22 tornadoes reported in central Illinois. Was reported. That's posted December 2nd. So wow, man, a rash of tornadoes broke out Saturday afternoon and evening across central Illinois, injuring at least 30 people and turning homes into piles of splintered wood. There were 22 tornadoes reported to the National Weather Service in central Illinois. The Office of Lincoln, Illinois, and St. Louis, Missouri will conduct storm surveys on Sunday to confirm the intensity and the track of the tornado. Well, I won't play it. I'm just going to show it. And I'm also going to show this. Okay. Copyright. And we'll go on. So at least 30 people were injured in the Christian County, just southeast of Springfield. There are many more storms that are hit. Yeah, there's all the storms. Lots of weather, man. Lots of weather. This from Strange Sounds. U.S. freak weather, floods, mudslides in California, deadly tornado thunderstorms in plains, black ice pileup in Indianapolis. Well, we know why the storms are, the floods and the mudslides are happening in California because they were just burnt out. Yeah. You got nothing to catch that water, really. I mean, I know a lot of trees are still there, according to a lot of videos. But the houses are gone. Yeah. Trailer parks are gone. Not just in paradise. So freak weather is engulfing the U.S. from the west to the east with floods and mudslide, prompting rescues in California. Strong thunderstorms engulfing the plains, spawning at least 3 tornadoes that caused extensive damage in Oklahoma. Killed 1 person in southwestern Missouri, as well as the black ice in Indianapolis. We just said that. So here's some pictures. These are the California in floods and mud. I mean, one thing after the other with them, right? Why is there a warning here? Connection failed. It doesn't even say that I'm on. And now that's freaking weird. Never saw my internet give me that. The Mixler page give me that warning before. Low internet. Even though I know it's not, I mean, Frontier even actually admitted that they have 5G networks set up in our neighborhoods before they even came here. I'm sorry, they don't. They don't have 5G here. No, it's not. They lied, just like every other business lies or tricks you or whatever. You ever see the hamburgers on TV commercials and on the pictures? It's never like that when you go get it, right? All right, so okay, my volume is still up. Good. So let's go on. Let's go on to Saudi Arabia from Strange Sounds. Saudi Arabia desert flooded again and again. Red emergency warning. So in the last few weeks, unprecedented rains have flooded deserts, roads, cities of Saudi Arabia, killing at least 30 people. Now again, meteorologists have issued a red warning for heavy rain in Medina province. Civil defense teams have been deployed in preparation to respond to any flooding. They're calling it biblical. Saudis, right? Aren't they Muslim? Yeah, so, but they're calling it biblical. Yeah, so the desert in Saudi Arabia looks like a sea at low tide after unprecedented flooding. Yeah, can you imagine that? I'm sure it's not the first time it's happened. You know, anytime I am reminded of a desert, you're not reminded of floods. It's not in my head. Case. Well, it looks like the YouTube is working, but I just can't. It's buffering for me and my other PC. So in any case, we'll go on. Oh, here's another picture. Even get some more pictures. Yeah, that highway right in the middle of the desert. Hmm. Right. Look at the flooding. And that you would think that the desert would soak this stuff up right away. All right, let's move on. We got a lot of stuff. So, hey Google, where is my car, please? So that's a title to this extreme snow storm in Akiri, Iceland. You expect snow up there, right? Or is it ice? That buries the cars and streets under more than 1 meter of snow in less than 24 hours. I'm sorry, folks, I do not know what 1 meter is, but maybe someday I'll get a list and just post it like on a post-it note. 1 meter equals, so more extreme weather reported all over the world with catastrophic events increasing every year. Just incredible. Akiri, the second largest city in Iceland, was engulfed by an alpine-style snowstorm. Dropped more than 105 centimeters of snow in less than 24 hours. Some say we are not in a little ice age. Yeah, see? I mean, you got people on both sides, right? Mini ice age, global warming, but one thing I do have to agree, I'm going to go right in the middle, I guess, and say climate change. And I don't think, except for these chemtrails, which you gotta listen to the chemtrail postings today, man. Since they admitted that they came out a couple days ago, 4 tops, that they've admitted to this chemtrail and what they're planning on doing, and now it's all out in your face now. Okay, we already know what they were doing, of course. I mean, you got to be blind, literally, not see these chemtrails. Of course, other people just shut it off and can't see it, even though their eyes are perfectly fine for the world. So, Iceland. I'm going to show you a couple pictures here. Reminds me of the snowstorms here in the East Coast, southern New England. I mean, Maine, and they get much more, but when we get big storms, they look like this. Yeah. So, I mean, nothing. Yeah, burying cars. Heck yeah, man. I've seen some passes. roads that go through, passes, mountain passes, and yeah, those things. There's deep stuff there. I'm just gonna play this video for a couple seconds just to see what's on the other side of that door. Just gonna open that up. Seen it on Little House on the Prairie too. Open that up. Yeah. I've seen a couple times where the snow was up to my back door like that. Especially when you get that light stuff. It's blowing all over the place and creating big, huge drifts. So, yeah. I really do not want to be reminded that we are in that season. In that season for snow. I hope the Lord that they are not building up some big, huge storm. Well, how else are they going to get the Northeast, right? Or the East Coast? Yeah, the Northeast. They've already got the southern west East Coast. They got the West Coast. Yeah, so I guess it's our turn. Yeah, so this is just from the Big Wobble. This is a page here, a link that I'm going to leave for you. Animal die-offs. Quick read. Now, they do have a site, and I think it's called animaldieoffs.com. That you can go there and get lists of all these animals and whatever that have died mysteriously, on purpose, whatever. I mean, here you got the, what is this? The bats. Some are reporting that bats have been dropping dead out of trees because of 5G testing. And then the starlings, and I forget where that was, but of the 3 or 4, maybe more tests of this 5G, birds, the starlings that were nesting in the trees or living in the trees, were found dead at the bottom of the trees after these tests. And of course, they keep testing and testing and testing. And same thing happens. Dead birds, dead birds, dead birds. I mean, people, we really need to make a statement, get out there and protest this. They're just trying to kill us all, people. And whatever. And if that happens, it happens. If the Lord wills it, if that, so be it. But it just means I'll be, when I'm absent from this body, I'll be present with the Lord. And that's okay. Okay. I just want to let you know that things are ticking up. It's time for another birth pain. And it's going to be, harder and more severe, Here's a link, all these, I remember this was this with the pigs or something? I don't know. China has a big problem with all the pigs that they have over there, and they get a lot of mass die-off of those pigs, and they're found floating in rivers and stuff, and man, has that got to be a cesspool for disease over there. 10,000 dead fish. Smells, or let's see, what was here? Florida, okay. Rotten dead fish. Mexico. But anyway, here's a site for you. Okay. Marine species dead. Penguins. Then we've got the red tides. Dead whales. Atlantic surf clams. Anyways, it goes on. The list, look. The list goes on and on and on and on. It does. It goes on. Yeah. So if you're not aware of that, I mean, come on, people. It's out there. So I got this today. It's posted 16 hours ago. Sometime over the weekend, this came out. 7 days until the dedication of the third temple altar. Okay, so were they going to build the temple around the altar? Why is there a problem with them building an altar? Isn't that mosque thing, that dome, already on the wrong location supposedly, so that Israel could build right next to it, which is probably, well, so they say, the right spot anyway. This temple was put on the wrong spot. But anyways, Somebody said anyway. So the reestablished Jewish Sanhedrin is pushing the envelope on the, yeah, well, good, on the rebuilding of the temple next Monday. The last evening of Hanukkah, by consecrating a stone altar and reading of the declaration to all nations intended as an invitation to participate in receiving its blessings, leading to an effort to replace the United Nations with a new God-centered organization. What a beautiful thought, right? Beautiful thought. Yeah, and I'm waiting for that to happen. I'm waiting for that millennial reign. Don't know if I'll be here or not, but if I am, I look forward to something like that. Living and reigning with Jesus Christ on earth for 1,000 years. I mean, when he does come, he will be bringing, the elect and 10,000 of his saints. He'll establish his throne on earth. Anyway, don't know exactly how it all works out, but we will see. NASA in the news today again. This one from Sputnik. NASA craft explores a rare asteroid that might be on a killer course towards Earth. Let's do a little fear mongering today. So on Monday, of course, the Bible does mention, Apophis, Apollyon, the destroyer. Don't know exactly what it is, but everyone thinks it's, some big meteor. Extinction level event, ELE, sorry. So on Monday, the space agency's OSIRIS-REx spacecraft arrived at a nearby asteroid that's of great importance to scientists. Yeah, don't go away because I got a video of that. Supposedly the first ever of spacecraft from Earth landing on a rock. But anyways, nearby asteroid it might have answers to what early Earth was like. I mean, who do we really need to know what early Earth was like? How is that going to save humanity? Get us out of where we are right now. But there's a decent chance it might hit us too. The spacecraft will grab a sample and study the rock before coming home. Didn't Japan go out and claim that they were going to do that? I think they've already went there, landed on something, brought some stuff back. At least according to the Japanese, that's already been done. So while most asteroids, see, this is the picture we're going to get. We're going to go from this link and we're just going to click down to this video. So dubbed the asteroid belt, Bennu is somewhat closer to Earth. Gotta look that up. Let me write that down for a second. Bennu. I'll go look up some translations later on and see exactly what that name means. So NASA scientists think the 484-meter wide rock was once part of a much larger asteroid. Of course, a lot of people claim that the Ceres or the planet Ceres was once bigger or something like that. Some rock hit it, and that's why we got the asteroid belt and the moon. They don't know. How the heck they know that? So now Bennu is slowly spiraling towards the sun, a trajectory that will bring it through Earth's part of the solar system. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, gives Bennu a cumulative 1 in 2,700 chance of impacting Earth between 2175 and 2199. Well, I may be here or I may not. I know my flesh body won't be here, that's for sure. Not then. So they claim one's going to come way before that, though. So this mission is designed in part to determine the reality of this danger and help us prepare to prevent such a catastrophe before it occurs. Yeah, you think that's really what they want? No, they want to mine these things. That's what, the U.S. is about anyway, with a lot of this stuff. They want to mine these things for precious minerals. Okay? And I hope this video will play, because everything is down, and this is where it should be. Okay. In case. Yeah, well, this is not where it's supposed to be. Anyways, these are basically what the picture looks at anyway. It says, and then in the picture, in the video, you see this, which is the sun, traverse past this supposed, I don't know what they call it, meteor? In any case, that wasn't where we were supposed to go. That sent me to Twitter, and I didn't want to go to Twitter. But anyway, here's the video. All right, well, let's try it. So it's only, I don't know, maybe a minute. Well, maybe it's not gonna play right now. Come on. Okay, here we go. 15 seconds. Go. All right, I don't know why I'm being targeted today, but there it is, 15 seconds. I don't know what that is, but this is supposedly the sun, and the rock is moving, which I know because we're on it. So there you go. That's it. 15 seconds. Didn't show you much. I mean, you could have been anywhere. All right, could have been anywhere. All right, so let's move on. Let's see this one from GeekWire. 12 years after launch, New Horizons probe zeroes in on mysterious Ultima Thule. Okay, so this is another one. But remember, guess what, people? They found life on Mars. Yeah, they claim they found life on Mars. Yeah. Hey, Aaron. I hope you hear me, man. Yeah, my PC is just buffering my live stream, but I know it's working on the other end. I know it's live stream. But anyways, many technical issues right now. Trying to get through all this. What a pain in the butt. So, Act 2 of the 12-year-old New Horizons mission to Pluto and the solar system's icy Kuiper belt is heating up. With less than a month to go before NASA's piano-sized spacecraft makes history, farthest out close encounter with a celestial object. Okay? Anyway, the New Year's flyby, that's very interesting, of a mysterious Kuiper belt object or objects known as Ultima Thule follows up on the mission's first act, which hit a climax 3 years ago with a history-making flyby of Pluto. So, anyway, so it goes on to tell you about this history. So, they're going to have a rendezvous there. They just landed on another meteorite, and I guess you can go to NASA, because I don't know if I did it or not. But you can probably, well, I can't see it right now, but it just says that NASA, turtle-like fossil found on Mars. And they got, is that proof? Exclamation mark. Yeah, right. I mean, they've claimed other things, other life, and it wasn't. But so now they got so-called turtle-like fossil that they found Okay. In any case, so what does that mean? Does that mean that now, okay, now we've everyone's going to be interested in, well, if there's turtle fossils, there's got to be other fossils, other life, right? And so you're going to be tapped for more money. That's all it comes down to. They're going to get more money from you so they can fund these things. Remember, Elon Musk, I mean, he wants to go to Mars. He thinks he's going to die on Mars. In any case, it's not going to happen in my time. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they've already done it. Who knows? Don't know. Can't prove it. Don't know. Okay, so let's just go on to something else then. But a while ago, if I would have heard that there was life found on Mars, which they did with these microbial, you know what I mean, microbial parasites or something that was supposedly found in rocks, but it wasn't. I think they disproved it. And so I was, those days I was pretty interested in stuff like that. But nowadays I just think a lot of it is just propaganda and it's made up. And if the Lord wants to show me these things that they're true or not true, then He'll let me know. I don't trust any man for my information. Of course, the information I look for is not really the news. It's other information. It's spiritual information. That's what I look for. Look for that bonding with the Holy Spirit. Just pray that it keeps coming to me. Else, how will we know these things if we don't have conversation with the Lord and the Holy Spirit? So other things are going on as well too. That's another thing. Some of these things are just not separated properly. So I'll be changing the subject off and on. These countries are quickly and quietly dumping the dollar. We already know that China has been trying to do that for a long time. And I'm sure Iran and when it goes down here and says, who is dumping the dollar? And it's all China down here. They want to put their dollar into the economic basket. Otherwise, I haven't seen a list yet of them telling me who. They just mentioned China, China, China. That's all I see in this article. It's China, China, China. Argentina's economy contracts as peso falls. India. Yeah, India is slowly turning away from the dollar. Well, hell, they got a lot of gold. And so does China. We were having a big conversation the other day about if the actually has gold or not, or whether they've got it buried somewhere and they're just not telling anybody. I mean, Germany, I guess there's quite a few years back, maybe not, I'd say in somewhere between 5 and 10 years, Germany asked for at least part of their money back because Germany put their gold into America's vaults. And Germany asked for some of the gold back, and the U.S. said no. And that didn't go off too well. Some people say that Fort Knox is empty and blah, 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 It's more propaganda, more talk, nothing is proven. The migrant caravan trying to evade the U.S. is actually a disease caravan. Now that is very interesting because I was talking to somebody yesterday about this. Before this came out, in any case, the uptick in these diseases, like, what was it, tuberculosis, TB, the things that we were tested for, yeah, with these little TB shots in your shoulder. You remember them when you were a kid? And they supposedly eradicated that and some other, diseases from this country. And since Obama opened the borders, there have been many cases, an uptick in these diseases that we thought were eradicated from the U.S. And we're saying, what is one way, especially when people are saying that there is a mixed race of people in this caravan. I mean, what if, and this could happen, what if these people are sick. I mean, hepatitis, HIV, AIDS, chickenpox, TB, and these other diseases that we thought were gone that are not coming up. What if this caravan is filled with them? I mean, people, the Bible tells us that there will be pestilences. And even though we have them, I think that it could be a lot worse, and this could be a prelude to it. Don't know. I mean, I guess some people are being tested. So, the United States border via Mexico are reportedly now having to undergo medical treatment, and they should. They really should test these people. Have them see a doctor first, because they're infected with life-threatening diseases. Tijuana's health department just released that. So officials in Mexico say that at least 1/3 of the illegal caravan's 6,000 members are suffering from what I just told you, including, tuberculosis, HIV. Yeah, there you go, people. And they have no money. They have no place to live. They have no food, no jobs. And, I mean, give us your poor, your weak. I mean, how does that go? Well, here they are. I think we might have to take that back. I just want to let you know that this is a definite possibility. Whether it be fake or not, you have to understand that it could be a possibility. So let's go over to the Daily Wire. 1/3. Here's another article of migrant caravan sick. HIV, tuberculosis, chickenpox, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if you want to do some research, there's 2 articles right there talking about it. And let's see, 3 confirmed cases of tuberculosis, 4 cases of HIV, AIDS. Of course, AIDS, I mean, that's a worldwide thing anyway. Originated from Africa, supposedly, blah, blah, blah. 4 separate cases of chickenpox. I mean, out of 6,000, I mean, that's not bad, is it? But it could spread. I mean, chickenpox is contagious, isn't it? I remember somebody in my family or myself had these, and we couldn't go outside. That's the one with the spots all over you, right? Yeah, it was contagious to other children. I had to stand at my door and look outside and watch the other kids play because I had these spots on me. Yeah, and then, lice and other, conditions that come with not taking care of yourself. Other skin infections. Oh, we need to worry about that. Yes, we need, we do that with other things. Quarantine stuff from other countries to make sure that, they're not bringing some, specific bug or literally a bug or whatever it is from another country and suddenly have an infestation. And it's happened before. Some type and kills off, whatever, fruit trees or tomato vines. I mean, something. Try and get over to this one. Migrants, human traffickers, storm Laguna Beach in Panga boat. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Panga, Panga boat. So Chinese and Mexicans work together to infiltrate the United States via boat that stormed the California beach. Okay? Laguna Beach in California. A group of 13 Chinese and Mexican nationals, including at least 2 smugglers, landed on the California's beach late Thursday in a Panga boat, where 11 of the 13 were taken into custody by Laguna Beach Police. So, Laguna Beach Police tweeted the following message on Tuesday along with a video of the migrants storming the beach. Oh, let's. I haven't seen this video. Let's take a look at it. See if it'll work. Take a bit, but in any case, give me the play button again. It's supposedly 36 seconds. Why are you doing that, man? I hate when this thing is. Screencast-o-matic, and there goes everything. Why is it stopped? Okay. Testing 1, 2. What is going on, man? Oh, they're really freaking attacking me. Somebody's got in here, and they know everything that I have on right now. Yeah, I can't even. Anyways, this is the next article. Can I still do this? See if this is still working. Okay, this came back. Oh, I have never had an attack like this before. Yeah, I guess they're showing me who's boss. I'm gonna go hit the record button again. Yeah, Firefox stopped working, Mixler stopped working, and with Screencast-O-Matic, which never stops working, stopped working, claimed the microphone was not working. The whole thing just a big hiccup. Anyways, Meghan Markle caught raising money for Islamic terrorists. I don't know anything about over there. Okay. Meghan Markle's causing a PR nightmare for the Buckingham Palace. Can't be any worse than the Queen, being arrested and found guilty of murder. Yeah, she was. Her and the Pope. Yeah, they should be in jail. But she's not supposedly being held responsible for anything. She just reigns while the Bushes and Rockefellers and all those, they reign. She just rules. She rules over them. They reign, or she reigns over them. They rule. Well, that's how this whole thing works. So in a massive blunder, the American-born Duchess of Sussex recently began promoting a program associated with the notorious Al-Manar Mosque, not far from Kensington Palace. The mosque has produced 19 terrorists, including Jihad John and his Islamic State beetles, who tortured and beheaded Western captives in Syria. Yeah, okay, well, come to find out, most of our so-called leaders, they are caught up in a lot of this stuff. You're talking about other stuff that we're not going to talk about right now. The sex trafficking ring, the pedophilia ring, human trafficking rings, all these priests and pedophiles, and it's just terrible. It's ugly. It's just dark, dark stuff. Mexico's new president vows to destroy the New World Order. I think we have a little bit of a eye-opening and uprising going to happen. Yeah, he's not a New World Order guy either, as far as we know yet. But this new Mexican president vows to destroy the New World Order. With them and the U.S., with Mr. Trump. So newly elected President Andres Manuel Lopez has vowed to destroy the New World Order in solidarity with U.S. President Donald Trump. Yeah, well, anyways, one day you think that we're going to be going to war with Mexico, the next time we're best friends with them and going to fight a war together, or whatever. Your head goes back and forth if it's not on, tight enough. Yeah, you'll be spinning your head around. So, backed by a gigantic Mexican flag, the 65-year-old took the oath of office in the lower house of Congress on Saturday and pledged to bring about a radical rebirth to overturn decades of neoliberal elite rule. All right, brother. Good luck with that. Good luck. Also from News Punch, French Revolution, state of emergency as citizens reject globalism. Okay? We got the French out there now. I'm not happy with Macron right now. Emmanuel Macron, he calls himself the savior. He does. He thinks he's going to save. I would look for this guy to be this Antichrist. Maybe I'm way off. Maybe I'm not. But the way he talks, if you listen to him talk, he just sounds like he's going in that direction. So this Macron is preparing to declare a state of emergency as citizens reject globalism in a historic wave of protest. I mean, thousands of these people are out there in these vests, what do they call them, yellow vests? Supposedly they have, each person who drives a car in France, they have to have this emergency jacket in their car. It's something they have to have. Kind of like, car insurance and health insurance that was used to be, if we wanted it, we can get it. And then they made it mandatory. The government did. Anyway, so there's a lot of stuff going on in France, man. There are some ticked off individuals there. Yeah. David Attenborough. Humankind is about to collapse. Well, go figure, right? I know it's in a, tailspin morally. We all know that. Warning that the collapse of civilization is about to occur. Addressing delegates of almost 200 nations at the UN Climate Change Summit in Poland. Sir David, I guess they call him that. Sir David warned that much of the natural world is on the brink of total annihilation. Right now, we are facing a man-made disaster of global scale. I don't think man could create a disaster of global scale. Maybe he can with the nukes. That one I would have to think pretty hard about, but there's radiation everywhere. Anyway, so our greatest threat in thousands of years, climate change. If we don't take action, and people, this is what's leading up to what I'm just going to show you. This climate change, warning of the collapse of human civilization is about to occur. Yeah, and then, watch, then they're going to go into this. They're going to go into chemtrails to solve global warming. Folks, they've been chemtrailing since the 70s. I'm pretty sure that we didn't have the problems we have today with our atmosphere in the 70s. I mean, I saw a lot of blue skies, a lot of real clouds. I was one of those kids who just sit there next to a road when I was hitchhiking, just lay back in the tall grass and look at the clouds and daydream. Yeah, that was me. There were no chemtrails then. There were not these lines, going through our skies with chemicals in them. So Bill Gates announces, I'm sure, plans to use chemtrails because he probably has the patents on all of them. He has the patents on the, Ebolas. He has the patents on all the vaccines. I mean, this guy, I think he wants to be the richest in the world. Maybe he is already. Thought it was the Queen of England, but his plans, to spray particles into the atmosphere 12 miles above the Earth to dim the sun in order to stop global warming. This just seems obvious to me, but don't we need the sun? Don't we need the sun for plant life to grow? This photosynthesis thing that I learned in college. Don't we need that? We need the sun for people to survive. I remember what was it? Krakatoa? What was it? Some incident that happened in the 1800s. Some volcano that blew up, and yeah, it clouded the skies. I don't know for how long, but long enough to stop any food production that was grown in the ground, at least for a few months. But anyways, and this guy, he has plans to. He's already doing it. They've already been doing it. Trump knows that he's done it. Trump has been in the headlines, standing in a plane that had all these, chemicals already laid in the sides of the plane, and he said he was going to stop it. But I think that he was told something else, and we haven't heard nothing about that again. Harvard scientists funded by Bill Gates are attempting to copy the effects of a massive volcano eruption to block the sun's rays and reflect them back into space. Attempted to copy the effects. Now, why the hell, after what I just said, why the hell would you do that? I mean, this guy's not stupid. He knows, how is he going to feed, how are the people going to eat? I mean, one of the problems is the government wants full control of the food you eat anyway, and I think they just about do. They control when the farmers grow stuff, what they grow, how they grow it, and people, all these water wars. You can't collect water, rainwater. You can't store it anywhere. I mean, government just wants control of all these things. And, sorry to, bring you a bearer of bad news, but if you remember the Georgia Guidestones, the big plan is to reduce the population. We already have a lot of people that are turning out to be infertile, that they can't have children. And the ones that try are having stillbirths, miscarriages. My daughter had 2 of them. Just a month ago, she had another one. 2 of them. That's a big, big problem. And we have been on the decline as far as, human population here in the United States. We've declined. It was probably freaking 5 to 8 years ago that we were at 1.8, where a society, in order to grow, needed at least 2.5 or 2.2, something like that. We've been at a decline for at least say 10 years, probably more. While the Muslim people are increasing, they're at 8. Anyways, that's because they're not being poisoned. They're all on the road trying to find a new home. Yeah, I'm not even going to put this one out there. I don't listen to her anymore. I'm not going to. Just happened to be over on Natural News. I guess there's people not listening to her when she puts it on Sports News or Shift Plan or whatever, her own site. No. Trump's underwhelming trade truce. Yeah, so apparently these two have, shook hands, made up. No new tariff laws. So, I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, our best buddies now, I mean, are they our enemies, our arch enemies, or are they not? Is Russia now back to Russia again? I know you can't keep track of this stuff. I mean, these props keep changing. This ever going stage that they've set up for us, and they think that we're stupid, that we haven't seen that same scene before. I mean, China putting chips in our military planes and other computers. And why are we buying 80% of what we use from China? Our enemy, okay? Prep food. You should listen to the news. What we send some of our food over to them so that they can package it, add chemicals to it, whatever, and send it back. so we can put it in our freezers. Anyway, President's trade war with China is on hold. Whether this turns into a genuine armistice or just a momentary ceasefire remains to be seen. Yep, so America and China have been in economic combat for months. President Trump imposed 10% tariffs on $200 billion worth Chinese exports to the United States. Okay, so we won't go into those figures. But, this one was supposed to be at the beginning. Cold snap. Dust storm blanket parts of northwest China in a rare yellow snow event. So a combination of heavy winds and freezing temperatures led to a rare yellow snow phenomenon in China's Xinjiang region over the weekend. Heavy dust intertwined with winds affected cities from the north to south. Because of low temperatures, it snowed, and the dust came at the same time. So dust and snow equals yellow snow. They got a lot of pollutants over there too, man. So there's your yellow. I don't see. Does it look yellow to you? It looks kind of tan, like sand. 47 seconds. Well, let's play. Yellow snow color. Okay. And yellow dust falls with snow. You know, didn't Mr. BB333 tell us that you cannot have sand and snow, or maybe it was sand and rain, mixed together, fall at the same time? Because he was talking about some kind of weather pattern that was coming off Africa. There was a big, huge dust storm that reached all the way over to the United States, which he said was preventing any kind of tropical weather. So in any case, we got both of them, but we didn't get it mixed. We didn't get the yellow snow. Fallen away, yeah. And remember, people, who is the restrainer? Who restrains that thing that holds back everything before things are supposed to take off, before the coming of the Lord? What holds? I knew how to say it better before, but the falling away is what's holding everything back. Because people, Christians, are fallen away. So we're still having the fallen away. Maybe I can come out better some other time and explain that, because I really needed it explained. And I think I went through a whole weekend, or at least a day out of the weekend, trying to, ask the Lord, send His Holy Spirit so I could understand. I got it, but I don't know if I can quite get it out of my head, out of my mouth, as to what actually. But I'll have to have the Holy Spirit do that as well, because if I try and do it, it comes out just like you hear in drips and drabbles and falling away. Between 6,000 and 10,000 churches in the U.S. are dying each year. Wow, I did not know there were that many. And that means that over 100 will die this week. I don't know if that's good news or bad news. Maybe it's good news because of what they were practicing. I don't know. Some of these Christian churches or churches just are practicing the wrong thing. But that's not for me, to say right now, because I do not know them. In any case, America is littered with thousands upon thousands of church buildings that aren't being used anymore. United States every single year, and that means 100 will die this week. And of course, thousands of others are all over the country this weekend. Small handfuls of people will gather in huge, which once boasted very large congregations. And at one time, America was widely considered to be a Christian nation, but that really isn't true anymore. It's not really true, but I believe that we will have a Bible resurgent. I don't know. I think that there's an attempt right now to bring God back. And I think this president that we have right now, whether he's sincere or not, he is bringing God back or letting him come back, however you want to put it. Also from End Time Headlines, falling away. Progressive ministers say sexual chastity is unreasonable. Don't judge people before random hookups. I mean, I have a lot to say about that freaking headline, but I don't believe that any pastor or priest or whatever should have to go his life without a helpmeet. That was never intended for man. That's why, the Lord made Eve, because man was not meant to be alone. He says it in Genesis. He made a helpmeet. He made Eve for man. Okay? Regardless of what happened afterwards, that's how it went. Don't judge people for random hookups. I mean, really should not have random hookups. And you got, they're obviously showing, two guys holding hands here. I mean, that's what I see anyway. Progressive ministers. Yeah, and then you got the Pope saying now, what is he saying? Oh, that gay people in the church is unacceptable. He's talking about priests. You can, he's already said that, all gay people are welcomed in their churches, but just not, as priests and whatever else they have. That's kind of, both ends of the spectrum, I guess, and to appease everything and everybody. Anyway, so that's all I got out of this one. And we'll end with this because I have a lot to think about with this. I mean, I asked popular Christian music artist Lauren Daigle. I mean, she has two of my very favorite songs right now that I listen to that spiritually lift me up. And then she goes out and says, this, I can't say one way or other if homosexuality is sin. I'm not God. And that's for sure. But the Bible does talk about homosexuality. Yes, it does. And I think she's just trying to skate the question and trying to not offend anyone so that she can still make money. And that's exactly what she's doing. And, I've asked other people before, to boycott at least some of these people who go after these things because maybe they'd get a wake-up call or something. But, yeah, and so now I'm in a very big dilemma whether I should continue to listen to her if she's not really Christian, putting out Christian music. I mean, I don't know. What do you think about that stuff? What do you think? Do you think that because she, doesn't want to admit, even though she knows that it's a sin, homosexuality, and claims that she's not God, so she can't make that decision or that whatever you want to call it. She's skating around the whole thing. If she's Christian, she's picked up a Bible before and she's read it, and you could most definitely find in there where homosexuality, women lying with women, men with men, is unacceptable. I don't get it why she's saying it. So in any case, she probably should not have said anything at all. Many times, like when I should not say anything at all. So, in any case, that's it. There was a lot of news. There's a lot more out there. A lot of different avenues that we could have went down, but maybe we'll save that for special days where I'm not doing the news. Well, there's more of those days than there is that I am doing the news, and that was set up for a reason. I need to still go through studies. and we all need to study. We all are disciples right now. Some people think that there is something else, but that's for them to worry about, not me. So with that, everyone, it is Monday. Have a awesome week. I'll see you at least Wednesday, Lord willing. And if anything disastrous or biblical or catastrophic comes out in the meantime, I will see you then. So, anyways, go take your loved ones. Go grab them, hug them, kiss them. Keep them on a short leash. Know where they are. Know how to get in touch with them. Learn to forgive them. Forgive them. Love them. It's not worth being having your family separated. It's not worth it. Just learn to forgive. Forgive these foolish things, these foolish comments we may have said at one time or another. It's not worth the hurt and the anguish over that. It's not. No, you will regret it. Yes, learn to forgive. God wants you to do that. And in forgiving, man, you will see. You will be totally free. You can be free indeed. God bless everyone and have a good one. Peace out.